Yo guys, it's EDGAR here, and today I'll be playing the Dear Esther. And yeah, in the last episode, a lot of you guys fell asleep while I played it, and then my game just turned off out of nowhere, and I couldn't, turn it back on. So we're just gonna get straight into this, see the ending, and yeah. And this is like the part, I think, hold on, we'll see where it loads me in. Okay, we're here. Yeah, this is the part where everyone just fell asleep and stopped texting me. So I'm gonna give it like a few minutes until you guys all can join. So just 1 second, I'm gonna post this on Facebook. Sorry, 1 sec, I'm just doing something. Waiting for people to join. People that were here, yes, last night. I think this is it. Alright. Yeah, they're gonna join in a second. But hold on, I wanna see if I can go back over there. I forgot you can zoom in. Because we finished it over there last time. But yeah, I don't think we can go anywhere. Oh yeah, someone joined. Is it Josh? Is it Spud? Let me know who you are. Or is it Annie? I don't know who that is. Let us know who you are. I'm gonna charge my phone real quick, so give me like 5 seconds. Okay, I'm back. And yeah, we're just gonna go into this.
Dan and I had worked on lots of projects together, non-game projects, before we made Dear Esther. And I think the thing that links all of the projects that we've worked on...
1 second, I'm sorry. My remote's not working, so I have to kind of turn it down a bit.
...together is that idea...
A bit more. Because like, my remote's not working, so I can't really like turn it down myself.
...of hidden stories and layers of stories. And one of the things I wanted to do with the music was to embed hidden little hints and stories into it. So the music that you hear here has Morse code, and the Morse code is spelling out the word Esther. And I really liked this concept of that some people would understand that it was Morse code and try and figure out what it was saying. It also provided a really interesting rhythmical dynamic. And yeah, it's just about these ideas of hidden stories and layers, but it also starts to emphasise the obsessional nature, I think, of the story in Dear Esther, and his agitation and actually slight panics, and getting this rhythm that just repeats and repeats.
Oh, those
and
are
repeats
stars.
Obsessively. So I think even if you don't understand
that
it's saying Esther, and even if you don't understand that it's Morse code, you're still getting this feeling of this obsessional repetition and slight panic that he has. And again, it's kind of it's the new chapter, and it's spelling out that something has changed at this point.
It's probably the level which has changed most from the original mod. I think it's much bigger than the final level in the mod. One of the major changes in there was in the original mod, the whole side of the cliff face was covered in painting and writing, and a lot of that moved inside to that corridor in the caves where it was really obsessionally painted on. And it was really, we spent so long on that because we were trying to get it looking right, because it's one of those really interesting examples where I love the image and the idea that you've got this guy painting the entire side of a mountain with words and symbols and things. But it was really interesting when it went into the rebuild. It just
Yeah.
never worked, and I think it was because the environment was so crude in the mod that those symbols and that painting became the focus of the level, and it changed the feeling of the level completely, when actually that just wasn't something we could realise in any way, that not even technically, but just didn't artistically look and feel right. And I think probably sort of retrospectively looking back on it, that's about the sort of the sophistication and the subtlety that then came into the art, rather than just being, this is literally just a canvas that we write words on, to actually the environment telling its own story without the story being literally painted on it.
Yeah, it was very difficult when we were experimenting with that to kind of like make it not completely unreal. Like, I think for me it was kind of, I wanted to kind of bring the player a little bit back into reality after the caves, and I think with having those symbols everywhere, it was kind of pushing them out a little bit. So I think what we came to, the kind of compromise we had, it was kind of a nice in-between.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a compromise to me.
I'm sorry.
I think one of the most fascinating things for me about planning this director's
Oh
commentary
shit, no.
has been that in previous years,
Fuck.
when all the three of us have talked about Dear Esther, we've talked about the interpretation of the player, but actually going through this together, post having made it, we're still surprising each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's really, really interesting for me, because it shows that we left interpretation for each other, and that we trusted each other actually just to get on with it. And because we each brought our own special and unique contribution to the game, we didn't have to, in a way, talk it to death, or say you have to justify every idea you have, or talk it to death, or explain it. That Rob's idea that the island is very tainted and corrupt, and my idea that Dan didn't know that the whole level of the caves is a birth metaphor. I think it's really amazing that we're still finding out things about the game that we didn't know.
I think it was nice when I came onto it, because Dan was basically like, he gave me a bunch of materials, but he left me to my own devices for a lot of it, and we kind of like, I finished a level and Dan would play it and give me some feedback, but he was very kind of like hands off at the beginning, which was really nice, kind of. So a lot of my interpretations just came through that downtime where I was just kind of like going off and
I
doing
don't know
my own
when
thing.
though.
And so yeah, it's like interesting to hear Dan talk about it sometimes, because like, there's some backstory that I've never even considered before, and obviously hearing Jess talk about it as well is really interesting, especially when it comes to the soundtrack. It makes me look at things in a very different way. So yeah, it's really interesting.
I think for me, like, making games is so inherently collaborative, and you have people coming together with different ideas and different takes on things, and in a way the least interesting thing you can do with that is to structure it all so heavily that there's no space for each individual person to bring what they're thinking to it. And I think the best games, well, for me, my favourite games are ones where you can really feel the personal footprint of each individual developer and aspects of it, and it feels like it has been a genuinely collaborative exercise where everybody has thrown ideas into the mix and everybody is bringing something to the table, rather than people are just following a kind of a really structured plan.
That's true.
So, yeah, I think it probably is one of the reasons why Esther has had the sort of life it's had since release, is because there's 4 people if you include Nigel, all bringing very different things to it, and it gives it a huge amount of depth for something that's so simple on the surface.
Look, there's someone standing
to
there.
Greece lots of times, and one of the things that I always really responded to emotionally was those shrines that you see on the road, and sometimes they're dedicated to saints, and sometimes they're to markate where an accident has taken place. So you'll get photos of the deceased person and flowers and candles, and it always really touched me. And so I said to Rob, I think it would be amazing to get these into the game somehow, and then Rob took that idea and ran with it, and I think they're so successful and they're so beautiful and they're really moving, and I think it's because you had this elemental scale, you have the island and it's huge and you have that scale, and all of a sudden you come around this corner and it's absolutely brought back to the human scale again and to that relationship of the individual. And I think the other thing that it does really successfully is it's a kind of magic realism, because there's no way that you could have all those amounts of candles lighting your way. Who's lit them? The island is empty. Who's put those shrines there? But I just think it's...
One of the really nice things about the move from mod to the commercial version is that we had a couple of years worth of the community talking about the game before we went back into it again. And one of the things that I read on a forum was that someone had constructed this amazing version of the story where they'd decided that the narrator was Paul. And I hadn't thought of that. It was never part of the original writing. And I thought, that's so amazing that as a writer, your audience can find something in what you're doing that you hadn't thought of. So it was really important when we went back in to record the additional set of voiceovers. I thought, I absolutely want to do this. I want to take this idea that's come out of the fans and to run with this and to add an entire new sort of stream of story in there. So we added in a couple of cues within the fourth
That's
level.
a bit creepy, I'm not gonna lie.
Intimated much more strongly that actually Paul wasn't this other character who caused the accident, but actually
Yeah, Josh,
you
you
were
fell
responsible
asleep
for
when I was
everything.
like,
But again, it was then trying to
just
find that
going
balance of
up
not
the hill.
overcooking it, so you weren't led to that idea. But just if you happen to have the combination of just a couple
yeah,
of
I
narrative
know where you
units,
fell asleep, I
then
remember
you
that.
would possibly come to that interpretation. But it was really
Or you just
amazing
left,
to
I'm not
be
sure
able
what
to
happened,
say,
but you just
it
stopped
felt like
talking.
giving something back to the fans that had enabled us to make the remake in the first place. And it's always a lovely moment as a developer to be able to recognise your fan community and kind of say, thanks, this one's yours, this one's here for you.
Yeah, but see, the thing is, what's it called? Ryan didn't hear any of this. Like, he wasn't here when I was playing this part. Yeah, he fell asleep.
What's fascinating to me, Dan, is that you're an atheist, but each of the 3 games that we've made are so strongly
The whole.
about religion, either the...
No, what hell? Yeah, but then, like I was saying, like my internet just went off, and my game just shut down. So like, I don't know. There was like a cutscene. Like as soon as the cutscene began, my internet just went off, and my stream interrupted too. Oh yeah. Oh my god. Shit, I forgot. I spud. Oh, that's a little spoiler. Now people know that you're Ryan. Sorry.
language or
But yeah,
taking allegories and
I don't know what happened in the
stories.
end. We'll
Why
see.
are you so drawn to it?
That's why I'm
I
playing this
think
again.
I'm really interested in people and
Like you see where that note is, like right in the middle. Like I got around up to like there, and then yeah, that's where I stopped.
the stories that make up people. And I think there is a, like in the Bible, like most kind of religious texts, it's not about what it is, it's about what is behind what it is, and that's what you're really getting to, is the idea of the sort of the parable or the metaphor. And it really felt like, particularly with Paul on the road to Damascus, is a story that many people know and we can understand, and it's about redemption and consequence and guilt and transformation and who you really are and what that means. And it felt like just a really strong, powerful way of making it very accessible, the narrator's kind of inner turmoil, in a kind of a story that we know really well. And there's a universality to those kind of questions that, you know, whether it's, you know, Christianity, whether it's Islam, whether it's kind of
I know,
Buddhism,
right?
they're asking very broad and similar questions. What does it mean to be human? What does it mean to be a good person? How should we behave to each other? How should we feel about the world we're in? And it's a really powerful way of speaking to a lot of people. I think that's always been really important as well, is that it's about saying no matter who you are or what your kind of like outlook on life is, whether that's, you know, faith-based or secular, that we are all effectively asking the same questions. And that's why I think all our games kind of tend to be around those questions.
That's something we would speak in religion about. You know, these kind of questions. Like, I don't know. It's like a religion class.
Is Dear Esther a depressing game or a hopeful game?
For me, it's kind of like a mix of both, really. I think, like my interpretation is kind of like, I always feel like
Origamis, yeah.
kind of depressed when I think about the kind of turmoil that this guy's been going through for God knows how long, and the kind of environment he's been
They're
in.
on
and,
Skype, they're speaking to
you
each
know, all
other.
these events surrounding his story. But for me, I always feel like a little bit hopeful at
I
the
was
end.
on
you know,
Skype
like
with them a
the
few minutes
conclusion
ago.
just feels like a relief. and like this is kind of all ended in some way. What do you think, Jess?
I think it's a game about acceptance, and I really like that. And I think it's telling that a lot of people with mental health issues have responded really positively to the game, and we get a lot of emails and letters from those people saying that it's helped them through a really difficult time. And for me, that's because it's about the struggle of being human, that it's hard and that we love and that we grieve and we lose, but we come through it, and those things are what makes us
I
human,
don't know,
that
alright.
it's transformative,
Oh, my phone is
and that the
upstairs.
pain is
Fuck
part
it.
of life, and that's a really beautiful message, and I think that's what you do so well, Dan. That's what you write about. You
Wait,
write about what it is
honestly.
to be human.
Like,
So Dan, you wrote it.
Without wanting to cop out, one of the things about writing it that I really wanted to do was to make something that people could take and could own, and it would be their take on it, and their interpretation of it mattered
wait,
in a way that mine didn't. My job was to give
we're
them
speaking about that,
the
like,
architecture to
Hold on.
interpret in their way. So
down to the
I think
ground.
that is a cop-out. I do. I think as a
I think it
writer
is.
you always have.
yeah, I think it's redemptive, but I don't think the redemption is as cut and dried as it's all okay at the end. It's not okay at the end, but there is a release, there's an escape, that bad times will happen, but they will end.
That's
They
how you
won't always
spell
end
it,
positively,
and
but
he's
they will
sleeping.
end. And that's I think, the redemption of it, of saying that
This
things are never
too shall
easy.
pass.
This too shall pass.
Which my mum
yeah.
always says, you know, and I think that's probably the motto of the Chinese room,
Yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
isn't it?
Like, I don't think it's as kind. So, Dear Esther is the first walking simulator. How do you
Yeah.
feel about walking simulator?
You know what, I think I took offense to it when it first became a thing, but you know, I think actually I don't mind it so much now. I think the fact that we have kind of taken ownership over it, like that genre has been kind of made our own by not just our game, but like a bunch of different games have kind of embraced it. I don't know, what do you guys think?
I'm still really confused about the need to categorise
Kitty
games,
is,
probably more
Salot
than
never
any
comes
other
in.
creative industry, and I think it shows that games have a long way to come in terms of how we describe an experience. So I do agree with Rob that it's really positive that we reclaimed Walking Simulator, but I still find it reductive, possibly, as a term. What about you, Dan?
I think for me, it's people want to know what they're buying and what they're getting into, and I think it's so people understand what a walking simulator is now in a way that if it was like,
Yeah, we know what walking simulator is.
there's a bit of an illusion of simplicity with games like Dear Esther that people kind of assume because there's not a lot of mechanics and there's not much going on in that sense that they're easy to make.
Look at that, there
And
is
I think
actually someone
it's kind
still
of the opposite in a way
standing there.
that because they're so simple, everything is exposed and everything has to be exceptionally good for it to work, because you're carrying a player's experience on a fairly sparse, minimal kind of framework, and that really means that every aspect of it has to be produced at a really high quality and has to be done with a lot of passion and a lot of thought.
Oh
There's
my
nowhere
god,
to hide in a game like
this is
Esther,
actually creepy.
and that's something which I think carries through to the best games of this type. You can see with all of them there's a real commitment to kind of depth and a really intelligent way of approaching design, and a real kind of trust in the player and a real assumption that players are smart, imaginative people who want experiences. It's not a game that it's easy to just knock off or to do with any kind of lazy attitude. You have to be really, really passionate and care a great deal and put an awful lot of thought into it if it's going to work.
We're going up to him.
One of the things that I think was added more frequently in the final version of Dear Esther was the inclusion of a number of ghosts in the game. These are not like ghosts that you'd see in a normal horror game. They're just very loose silhouettes that you will see around the island, usually like quite a distance off, or just kind of somewhere that you'd barely see it out the corner of your eye. I think this is a good example of where it's kind of really in your face, and these are kind of just something that we put in to kind of not just bring some unreal elements to the island, but something supernatural as well, something that's kind of beyond this world, something kind of
Oh my
unsettling.
god, he's so big.
And yeah,
Oh, we can
you
go.
know, a lot of
Oh.
effort's been put in to make these things very subtle. Didn't really want them to be like, I didn't want it to be a ghost story, so to speak, but I just kind of wanted to bring some of this supernatural element into the game, and this area is probably one of the most prominent because you can see it just before you go down into the gully here, and I think it's really one of my favourite scenes just because of it being so spooky, so unreal, and so interesting.
Damn. And I bet he's gonna disappear now. Or is he still there? I don't know. He's actually gone. Oh my god. It's a bit creepy. What if he went around to get me and kill me?
The Overlook, the point
Aye,
about this to
Summer
me is
don't.
that
Aye,
it's
that's
probably
Josh
the
right there.
voiceover in the game
That's
that kind
Blop.
of sums up
Change
the
his
whole
name,
story and
hey.
experience. It's almost like a recap of everything that's gone before you start the final climb. And you know it's that pause before you're going to start the final climb and before the game's kind of builds to a climax. But you can also see the whole level, and it's like the idea that you are standing looking down on your own journey, a bit like the idea of your life flashing before your eyes, or sort of like seeing your body but having an out-of-body experience at the moment of death. And it was really designed to try and get that feeling as the player that you stop and you take stock of everything, and there's a bit of a sense of there's no going back. You take a breath and now it finishes. And I really wanted to kind of achieve that sort of sense, and I think we did. I think it really
Wait,
came together here, that you got that sense of going,
Oh, no,
right,
never mind.
now this ends and now I move forwards to it.
4 people who... Spud, Josh. Another Josh. Is that Annie, the 4th person? Who is it? Is it Nutu? Who... Just finished playing this. Was it good? Oh yes, it's Annie. Hey Annie! The game is almost over. Guys, you have to wait until the end. Please, like, we're almost done. We have to get up there. And I don't know what happens next. Why is the colour changing? It's gone like purple.
So here it kind of
What the fuck, guys? Look at this.
environment becomes a little bit more surreal again. We kind of
Guys, what the fuck?
play with the colours a little bit, bring up the saturation.
Hold on, I don't like this. I wanna make it better.
It's kind of a little bit of a return
Oh my
to
god.
some of the more cave-like aesthetics in terms of colours and stuff like that. And it's kind of there to kind of signpost another significant moment in the game, or something that's leading up to the significant moment. It goes back to this kind of idea of having these emotional signposts in the visuals of the game, without it being overly obvious, and some of that emotional stuff comes just through the colours of the environment, and the more saturated they are, the more kind of surreal things become. So this is kind of like a turning point in the game. It's kind of like the final notice of you reaching the end.
Damn.
The music that's playing here is a repeat of another cue, and originally we hear it played on the piano, and the string quartet take on the piece here. And it's one of those really nice instances where we were in the studio and I had this idea of how it was going to sound, and I thought it was going to be quite full and rich and, yeah, full-bodied. And then one of the string players said to me, "This is wrong, actually, for what we're playing."
Oh, don't
and they
fall.
said, let's strip out all the vibrato, let's play it in a really Scottish, plain style. And it absolutely transformed that piece, and it's one of the really special things about being a composer, is that you get to collaborate with people who come fresh to it. So you have this preconceived idea of how it should be, and then they say, no, why don't we turn it around and think about it like this? And it absolutely fits and works for that scene, because what we're getting at this point is a sense of
That's a
fragility
nice place.
of an ending, and it's almost reminiscent of a funeral procession. It's slow and it's dirge-like, but yeah, it was just a lovely moment where they gave something of themselves, and that's what's amazing about working with live instrumentalists. You're never going to get that from a sample.
Damn. It would be creepy if we actually like saw a ghost or a person somewhere. Wait, hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah. This game is nice, it's actually nice. I saw a weird ass girl, like a possessed girl. What the fuck? Damn.
It was possible that this last section of the game could have felt quite laborious and forced because it's two long zigzagging paths that just go up, and there was a real importance to getting it right. Quite a lot of work went into it. I think at this point for me, you probably as a player understand that the narrator's going to die at the end. And
No.
this is it. And unlike where the rest of the island, there's this sense of this could just keep and keep going on forever and ever and ever, and you're going to keep the motif of come back. But I think when you set on this path, we really wanted to have that sense of this is it. This is the last time you're going to walk these paths. This will end now. And that sort of idea of going, you're kind of climbing towards your death, but you're also moving towards a point where that glimpse in the caves where you see the motorway and you go, I understand what this is about. For me, the whole path up the side of the mountain is about saying, it's okay. It's that kind of starting to kind of release it and go, it's kind of okay that Esther died. It's kind of okay that the accident happened. I know that I'm going to die. I know that this is going to end. And I know that there's nowhere...
Oh shit, wait, oh. Fuck.
The climb being quite a poignant moment of the game overall and of the story, it was quite a difficult task to try and make that climb still interesting and not too laborious, because it's kind of this zigzag up there with nothing really. There's no real environment. You just kind of have the sea on one side and the cliff face on the other. So there was quite a lot of work that went into kind of building up this feeling of tension as you're rising and kind of making this moment as poignant as possible while still making it interesting. So a lot of effort.
I feel like the
went
wind's
into,
gonna blow us off.
Building up this weather, building up the winds and the swaying of the grass and kind of the volume of the soundscapes and everything mixing together with the music, and just kind of visually really trying to make this a tense moment. And I think it's hopefully been pulled off all right. And you'll notice when you get to the top, this kind of tension dies, and that's very purposeful. You'll see no more wind. It's just kind of like a symbolic thing where you're coming to the last moment, the point of no return, and that's been very deliberately designed that way.
I like the way the way they said it. Like you going up to the top. There's no music, but like you see the way it's windy, the weather is like really shit right now. Like it makes you think and just realize that like the game is almost over, like you're about to die and all that. So yeah. But I don't know what this is. Wait, I'll tell you where I stopped. Hold on. I think like about here. Yeah, this is, yeah, I'd say like this. Yeah, this is where I stopped, like around here, so I don't know. Oh, yeah, this is where I stopped.
We had
There's a
lot
cutscene.
of debates, didn't we, about the ending of the game and whether the player should retain control or whether it was okay to go to a cutscene at this point. I personally don't mind it. I actually actively like it because I think it works really well as a metaphor for loss of control at that point. Dan, I know you're not as keen.
Yeah, I'm not. I would have loved the player not to have had control taken away from them, but to me it was a balance between two evils. The evil of having a cutscene and the evil of the player accidentally falling off the ladder halfway up and destroying the ending.
Yeah, I agree. Like I think we tried a few different things, and the tech at the time just wasn't, the ladder tech at the time just wasn't there. So, and the other thing for me was pacing. It was making sure all the music, the voiceovers, the timings and everything were perfect for that final jump off point. And,
Jump off?
just letting
What?
the players kind of noodle around going up the ladder for what may have been like
No.
7 minutes because it's a tall tower, was kind of an impossible task.
No, don't
One of
jump
the things
off.
that I enjoyed the most on working on Dear Esther was Rob's beautiful visuals were so inspiring, but Dan's words are always so amazing to write to. I think that's where we start as a partnership. And the music at the end was so easy to write because that last voiceover is the pinnacle of the writing to me, as it should be.
The
Because
fuck?
it's the last VO, so he would have failed if it wasn't good. But it is just so beautiful and moving. And for me, talking about whether it's a hopeful ending, the music is really hopeful at this point. And it signifies to me transformation, freedom, escape, acceptance. Yeah, and it was just a beautiful cue to write, actually.
I don't know, I can't remember quite where it came from in the mod, but the moment when we went, or we could put the bird in there, and you could see the bird's shadow, and actually it turned from being kind of like a straightforward literal suicide into a metaphorical, or to my mind, kind of like, I always really believed the narrator did turn into a bird just before they hit the ground, and that was really important. I think it's probably the strongest ending in any of our games so far. But yeah, I'm very proud of the way everything came together in that last section.
Yeah, I think it's the bird thing was particularly interesting because I think it was in the original mod, but the timings and everything were just all off, and you never really saw the seagull. Yeah, at least the shadow as well. It was all kind of like a little bit broken. And I remember when we went back in, I made a real effort to try and get that shadow just out of the center of the view, so you kind of have this hint of something happening, and I think you can hear the sound of a seagull flapping its wings. It's like very subtle, but like I say, I kind of really like the way that came together. It kind of it's very like I say, it's kind of like a release, but at the same time there's still this kind of ambiguity there. It's kind of beautiful.
And I'm really proud that I got the monitor in at the end for an ending of, it goes into the hospital monitor, signifying the flat line. And I think it's one of those moments where you never want to be so clever that people notice it and it takes them out of the moment, but it just flows in through the music, and it just feels like everything comes together at that last point. That last VO, Rob's amazing visuals and the music. Yeah, it feels like a really, really strong and beautiful ending.
And then in the last second, Nigel Harrington's delivery of just those 2 words have come back, where he just pitch perfect.
Yeah.
Damn.
So that's the end of the director's commentary. We'd just like to say a big thank you to everyone for listening. We hope you've uncovered some secrets and some facts that you didn't know about the game before.
We'd also like to say a huge thank you for buying the game, and for all our fans who've been behind us and been behind the game and have kept it alive all these years. It's a real privilege that it's still out there, still such a title that people love so much.
Yeah, and we're really looking forward to the future and what we can create coming up next. Thanks for listening.
Cheers.
Bye.
Wow. Wait, that's a shit ending. Like, no, well, the ending was good, but I mean, like, right now, no music in the background, just a text. Chinese room. Yeah, see, there's only like a few people that work there. But honestly, the game is really nice. If I'm honest, I would definitely recommend playing it. And just, yeah, it's really peaceful. It's supposed to symbolize death. Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean, yeah. It was great, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Like, I would definitely recommend you guys play this. If you ever get a chance to, you know, get this game, then yeah, 100% do it. Take your time, look around the map, listen to what they speak about, and just, yeah. Special thanks, Saul, Cruz, Dan, Andrew, yeah. But honestly, the game is really good. I liked it. Only, it's like, I think, like 2, maybe 3 hour gameplay, and that's it. But it's worth playing, it's really nice. And this is it. That was the end. Wow, the stream wasn't too long apparently. It was only like 40 minutes, 35. But yeah, let's see if I click resume, what's gonna happen? I just want to see, maybe there's like a secret to this. Oh, there's no secret. Okay, wait, is there? No, there's not. Okay, so yeah guys, again, thank you so much for watching this. I really hope you enjoyed this game, because I did. It's a really peaceful game. You don't come across a lot of games like this, so I would really recommend you guys try it out. But yeah, Dear Esther. That's a really good game. So I guess the next game that I'll be probably playing tomorrow is, I don't know. I'd really want to play some more horror games like Slenderman and all, and I still have to finish the Alien Isolation. But I don't know. You guys decide. Because, I mean, I would love to play Alien instead of Slender. Just because it's not as scary and I don't want to poop my pants while playing it. So, what do you guys think? I mean, I know all of yous can contact me and all that. So, do you know what? I'm gonna end it right now. Finish it now. Yeah. Finish what? You mean the stream or what? But yeah, thing, what's it called? Play Slender. Hold on. But yeah, I mean, I'll give you guys a day, like until tomorrow to decide. Just all of you can, you know, just text me, say what game you want me to play. Alien, Slender. Yeah, Josh loves Alien. Different Josh. I want you to shit your panties. How about this? Slender, like, see, like, remember Josh? Well, alright, I'm just gonna call him Blup. Blup, remember when you did the share play? Like, there was a jump scare, and then my PlayStation just turned off. Like, completely, my game just froze, and then an error occurred, and my whole system just flashed off. So I don't know, like, I'm probably gonna finish Alien Isolation first, and then just move to different games, like Slender, Walking Dead Season 3. Try again. Yeah, I will, but not now, not today. I'll do it tomorrow. But yeah, Spud, are you still here? Because that was quick for Spud. He just left. Probably fell asleep again. Maybe it will work, but it's up to you. Yeah, I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe. I'll try. I don't know. But yeah. Alright, yes, but you're here. Because the thing is glitchy. It says 2 people. But both Joshes are still here. You're here. Play Slenderman. Yeah. Yeah, I'll play tomorrow. I will play... But don't expect me to stream for like hours while playing Slender. Because once I get scared and if I die and I have to do the whole thing again, you know, I'm just gonna quit. Because, yeah. Slenderman has jump scares in them. Like, I mean proper jump scares. So, I don't know. People are watching on YouTube as well. Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like, I mean, is and some other people. But does that like 2 people? Is that like? I don't get it. Does that like 2 people? Does that like show you how many? Like now it's 1. Does that show you like how many people are watching this from YouTube, or from PlayStation, or in total how many people are watching this? Because I'm a bit confused with this system. Annie's still here. But yeah, yeah, I'm gonna end this right now. Well, let me just see if there are any new games that I can get, like right now, from the store. We're still waiting on Summer to get his games, and then I'll just get them from him. And yeah, I don't know. I don't see like any good games that could be like interesting to play. I'm looking at the games right now. I don't see many good ones. No Man's Sky, no. No. Ice Hockey, no. Need for Speed, no. It's only €6, but no. Dragon Age, no. Until Dawn is like €22. Fuck no. Firewatch. Yeah. Alright, let me see the comments. Subnautica. Let me see that one. If it's in the store, I'll see if I can get it. SUBN. Wait, it's not on the store, I think. No. I don't see it, no. Wait, Firewatch is the greatest game I've ever seen. Is it? Is it good? I can get it, I think. Hold on, how much is it? Let me just quickly see. See, like I need to look at the price as well, cause like if I really want to get the Walking Dead Season 3, GTA, like all of those games, then I need to keep an eye on the prices, cause yeah, can't spend too much. Firewatch is a tenner. That's a bit, I don't know. Josh can get Firewatch. €10 is not a lot. I don't know. Josh, if you if you can get Firewatch, for yourself and me, that would be sick. But yeah, I don't know, guys. You decide. I think I mean, I'm being honest. I've never seen a YouTuber before that just lets his subscribers to, like, you know, decide what he's gonna play. Like, I'm just pretty much letting you guys, like, I'm just going like, guys, what do you want me to play? And then you pick a game and I just play it. Dumb. It's like, I don't know, people like PewDiePie, they just pick a game, and people that don't want to watch it, they have no choice. They either watch it, even if they don't want to, or they just don't look at it at all. Like, they don't watch his videos at all until he finished that game. I don't know. But Summer, you don't have to get it if you don't want to. Like, I'm just saying, it's up to you. But yeah. Wait, it's €10 for but in pounds, I'd say that's like 8 or 7. When? Because I'm selling my games tomorrow. You can get it tomorrow. I don't know. I mean, it's up to you. Like, see, now it says no one's watching this. Like, this is bullshit. PlayStation need to fix this. Kitty? Oh. I fuck you, kitty. But yeah, thing, I'm gonna end. I think you should play Alien. Right now. Who wants me to play Alien? Say me. I'd say, Josh, I'd say you're gonna be the only one. I mean, I don't mind playing it, but I wanna, like, upload those survivor modes as a video. Cause, like, streaming them, like, what if I fuck up a lot of times? And then it's just gonna get boring. So I might as well just, you know, make them, like, upload them as videos. Me. Yeah, cause, thing. What's it called? Yeah, so then, like, if I fuck up, instead of, like, you watching this stream for, like, 2 hours, me completing one level, I can just, you know, like, cut out the parts where I fucked up. And then, instead of the 2-hour clip, it'll be like 20 minutes. Like, me just completing it straight away. Or something like that, I don't know. I mean, Alien, hold on, Alien is... I still have it. I'll tell you what games I have. I have Dear Esther, so we're not gonna play that one again, so I might as well just delete it. I have FIFA, I have Division, Rocket League, NBA, Walking Dead, we've done that, Season 2. Alien, Slender, Outlast, Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. And that's it. And apparently your comment is not even visible. Wow. Wait, hold on. If I do this, there we go. But I don't know. Do you know what? Screw it. We're gonna just play tomorrow. So, I mean, I'm getting a bit tired, and I still want to play some FIFA before I go to bed. Just, yeah. I don't know. Tomorrow will be better because I'll start streaming a bit earlier. Because my dad went to sleep at 10. I think about 10. And I started streaming at like 1. Because, yeah, I was just playing FIFA with someone. But yeah, I'm gonna start streaming tomorrow like a bit earlier. Like, I'd say at 11 or something, like 10:30. I don't know. But not at 1 o'clock, man. Like, what the fuck? 12:30, no. Katie's just walking around asking for food, so do you know what? I'm just gonna end it right now. Guys, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. And yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow in the next live stream. I don't know what we're gonna play. I'm guessing the Alien. But fuck it, we'll see. In case if you guys are just like have just sent me a message on this and I didn't see it, if I like ended the stream, then you can just send me that on message, like as on Messenger or Skype or just, yeah. But anyway, I'm gonna end it right now. Again, thank you for watching this. Take care, good night, and yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.